North Korea, evil, terrible country. Kim Jong-un, he's Hitler reincarnate. That's what they tell you, but is it true? That's a question that you should probably ask yourself before you believe whatever the CIA paid pundits tell you, or whatever Yeonmi Park tells you, because Yeonmi Park, right, she goes on Joe Rogan. I was raped 13 times by Kim Jong-un himself. And then she changes her story 24 hours later. These people lie through their teeth. They're paid by the CIA. Well, they're technically paid by USAID, Radio Free Asia. They're paid by all these subsidiaries of the CIA cutouts, National Endowment for Democracy, right? They live these fantastical lives in the US. They get to go on Joe Rogan. But everything they say is a lie, okay? North Korea, sure, it's faced the most gruesome sanctions and embargoes on the face of the planet for decades and decades, 70 years now. But take a look at this. This is a video of two Australians visiting North Korea not too long ago. Take a listen. Does this look like what they tell you about North Korea?
What? Matt, you ain't going on the 10 metre. You're going on the 10 metre. Oh my God, I've got to see this. Matt, are you actually going to do this?
Without doubt.
Come on, let's see it.
Water slides are all good and well if you're a child, but I'm a full-grown adult now, so scary things like 10-metre diving boards.
I can't actually believe he's going to do the 10 metre. There is no way he's doing this 10 metre. I'm not having this. No, he's not. He's actually going up. No way. Oh, man! He's not doing it.
That's a North Korean song they're singing. So, he gets out of the pool, everyone gives him a big high five, they're cheering, it's like, you guys, come on. So, you believe what they tell you about Russia? No. You believe what they tell you about China? No. You believe what they tell you about Africa? No. You believe they tell you everything's so great in the US? No. So why are you going to believe them about North Korea? Because Kim Jong-un is like a comical figure? You watched that movie about the what's his name? I forget his name. He's like the teenage heartthrob for all these girls. Whatever. He made the movie with Seth Rogen in North Korea. So you hear all this stuff, and it's like, what? Because Kim Jong-un is a little chubby, you believe it now? No cannibalism. There's no, they're not 4C Kim Jong-un shit. Okay, so listen. North Korea is not it's not bad. They tell you it's bad. North Korea is a good country. Kim Jong-un is a peace-seeking individual. Okay? Kim Jong-un has never bombed a hospital. Kim Jong-un has never bombed a school, an elementary school. Kim Jong-un has never bombed a grocery store filled with civilians. But, Bush has. Kim Jong-un's never bombed a wedding procession. But Obama has. Kim Jong-un has never bombed a hospital with little kids in it, killing 6-year-olds. But Zelensky has. So why do you believe this? Why do you believe this stuff? That's the question. Could it be because North Korea, they won their war against the West 70 years ago, and now their country is prospering? Relatively, I'll say. I mean, you go to North Korea. If you go outside of Pyongyang, I'm not gonna tell you that it's like skyscrapers and mansions everywhere, or even cars for that matter. But let me just put it in perspective for you. I just went to Cuba. Cuba was the worst place I've ever been in my life. Okay, and that's not because they don't have resources. When they took over, I mean, they had casinos that were rendered basically useless because no one was going there. They had sugar mills. They had lots of industry. I saw the remnants of factories, industry in Cuba when I went there. They have a lot of oil. If you got a lot of oil, you have no excuses. Sure, Cuba's been under embargo, and that has negatively impacted them. But tell me, why are there's like one high-rise in Cuba that's been under development for years and years and years? If you look at Cuba Cuba looks like Cuba looks like Gaza. Cuba looks like it's been bombed for the past 20 years, and there's been absolutely zero resources that have entered or exited the country in that period of time. Cuba was one of the most sad, desperate places I've ever been in my life. It was very sad. And it's honestly because of the leadership. It's not because they're communists. I mean, China's great, and the Soviet Union lifted the Russian Empire from its knees and turned it into what it is today. It's because of poor leadership. And frankly, I think satanic leadership as well. You know, the Fidel Santeria witchcraft stuff is very suspect. And look at North Korea. This is North Korea. This is North Korea. There's no excuse for Cuba if this is North Korea. North Korea has been under a vicious embargo and sanctions, much worse than Cuba, for a much longer period of time. And this is North Korea. Now, what was so funny when I posted this image, people literally couldn't believe that this is North Korea because they hear so much about North Korea. They hear like, oh my God, North Korea is like the worst place on the face of the planet. It is the worst place. North Korea, I can tell you, is a lot nicer than Cuba. Okay? It's a lot nicer than Cuba. All right? This triggered people so much that liberals on Reddit said, those are AI-generated images, Hinkle. You're posting AI-generated, artificial intelligence-generated images, fake images, like computer-generated images of North Korea that aren't real. I hate to be the bearer of bad news for the liberals that are seething and coping nonstop about North Korea, but those images are actually real. All you need to do is a quick Google search to see that these buildings are in fact real. Do a Google Earth. Like, these buildings